Hello everyone, this is Shravya. I've recently completed my MBA with a major in strategy, marketing and public policy from the Indian School of Business. I currently work at Wells Fargo as a management associate. Prior to ISB, I worked at Uber for about 2.5 years as an operations and a learning specialist. I'm based out of Hyderabad. I've also been a part of a few Telugu singing reality shows, and I've also won a show named ETV Black. Um, Social issues that trouble me, if I have to talk about that, I'd say there's one thing that really troubles me, which is the lack of inclusion and the lack of equality. And I wouldn't just call it a cause. I would say that it's a necessity for the society to progress and advance further. Um, and when I speak about equality and inclusion, there are two things about it that really trouble me the most. One is equality and inclusion with the differently able, and two with women. I'll tell you why these two trouble me a lot, right? When it comes to differently able people, unfortunately, I mean, I was born in 1996 and this is 2020, and unfortunately, in the 24 years, we get to see very little to almost no progress with regards to differently able people. Sorry to say this, but this is the truth. And why I say this is because even till today, I'd have to fight with a lot of multinational companies to prove my mettle. And what's even more alarming is that there is an absolute lack of normalization of the differently able people, and we're still looked at as a very different community, as a different, oh, these are different people altogether. Yes, we may be different, our needs may be different, but I see a whole systemic change that needs to happen, for a lot of things to change. And that really angers me when someone says, and when someone stereotypes me, oh, you're differently able, so you cannot do this. That's when I am really angered by it. So that's one cause. And when it comes to women, right, yes, there's a lot of progress that I have seen since the time I was born to now. But I mean, what are you going to do when you have bosses who say to you, gender diversity is a problem because we don't know how to gauge women and their performance once they come back from their maternity leave, when the actual problem is your policies are not right. You have not designed a policy that will tell you what to do with a person who's come back from a maternity leave. So questioning gender diversity itself, when your policies themselves are flawed, I mean, that's when you have statements like these. What you're going to do, right? You got to fix something, and there is no, I mean, there's no complete inclusion, right? In fact, there's a lot of tokenism. So what I have done to work towards them is really to fight for my rights, is to voice out my opinion whenever it's, for example, if someone says, oh, you're a woman and you're differently abled, so why should we hire you? And I'd say, I'm a woman and I'm a differently abled, so you should hire me. Because I'm not a liability to you and I'm an asset, and my work speaks. So I've really fought for my rights. In fact, one of the things that I've also done is I've been the president of the Women in Business Club at ISB while I was at ISB. And while I was there, all that I've done is to not empower women. Empowering women is not my business, because I really think women are already empowered. But just try to create infrastructures, or try to create enablers which will help them. So for example, we've had sessions where women could come out and talk about their issues about work-life balance, and to really brainstorm and say, okay, what are we going to do about it, right? We came up with a few solutions. I'm also currently working on a podcast around women and feminism and how it is most misconstrued. And when it comes to differently able people, right, wherever I went, I've always fought for basic things like, why can't we have braille stickers around? Where are the ramps? How do you think people on wheelchairs are going to navigate around this place? So it begins with very simple things, but these are a few things that I have done to see a more equal world. Thank you.